Yeah.
Then which faith? Is it Christianity? Since you mentioned Christianity, does it make sense? Is it Judaism? Is it Islam? Which faith is the faith of God, which God wanted us to follow? Have you thought about it
Sure.
before?
I think all of them have important lessons and everything, so that's why I'm interested in, because I think they all point to the same thing, but in different ways.
Okay. Now, I will tell you something. If there is a true faith of God, we should follow it. Do you accept? Yeah? Do you accept this? And if Islam is the true faith of God, will you follow it?
How would I know if it's the true?
That's the thing. I'm here
Yeah.
to let you know and to inform you about what is Islam, and if Islam will make sense to you, will you accept it? And if it's the true faith of God, with no any reluctance, just as simple as that, will you do that?
If I believe in it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you believe in it, I'm saying to you, if I convinced you that Islam is the true faith of God, which God has revealed, will you accept it? That's it's simple. Okay, good. That's good. So that's the deal, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, good. That's fine. All right. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was sent 1400 years ago. Yeah? 1400 years ago. He was sent, he was an illiterate man living in the Arab Peninsula, and God, when he was the age of 40, God revealed to him the Quran. That's the beginning of the Quran, when God revealed to him. Yeah? Now, when God has revealed the Quran to the Prophet, peace be upon him, that it just only the language of the Quran is so phenomenal, is so great, is so amazing, made many Arabs of that time to accept. They said this speech, it cannot be said by a human being. It has to be said by God. This, because I understand Arabic and I understand that the language of the Quran is so sophisticated, so melodious, so beautiful, so amazing, so in a poetic way that it cannot be said by a human being. Yeah? But what's your name, by the way?
Katie.
Kiri. But how Kiri, who speaks English, she understands English, how Quran will make sense to her? So if Quran will make sense to you, that means the Quran is a book of God. That means Islam is the true faith of God. You understand? Now, Quran not just only is so phenomenal, as I mentioned to you, in terms of its language, but the Quran as well has information. This information, and which it is a miracles in the Quran. There are certain miracles in the Quran. Those miracles, it cannot be said by an illiterate man who was sent 1400 years ago and will bring some certain information which is discovered only recently with the new science, with the scientific methods. It's impossible. For example,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. I'm working in the thing.
Yeah, and just give me just 2 minutes, yeah, of your time, yeah. So, you see here we have something Quran and the modern science. Now, first of all, for example, I will give you some examples. What do you think the people 1400 years ago knows about cosmology, space? What do you think?
A lot more than us now.
No, I don't know. They know directions, but if they know more, it will be written. It will come to us, correct? We'll know it. But they don't know about the directions, etc. But would they know 1400 years ago about certain details in the space? Would they know?
Maybe not.
No. Now, what about if the Quran says, for example, one of the examples in the Quran, God has said in the Quran, whenever God mentioned about something, to make an oath by it in the Quran, to tell you that this something is so important to focus on. So God has said in the Quran, I will not make an oath by the positions of the stars. And it's a great oath, but you are not yet aware of it. So the Arabs at that time, they said position of the stars means direction, etc. But until now, recently, we discovered that when you look in the night to the sky and you see the stars, you don't see the star at the current moment, correct? What you see history, correct? Because when the light travels in the space, it takes millions of years until it reaches your eye. By the moment that you are seeing the star, that star has already disappeared.
Yeah.
That star is not there. It could be moved. Which means what you are staring in the night, you are staring at the position of the star when the light departed millions of years ago, correct? The question is, who taught Muhammad about this fact?
Yeah.
Tell me. Do you know?
Don't know.
You know?
I have to ago, but I will read it.
I,
Yeah.
I wanted you to read, and this is something that gives you
Thank
some
you.
kind of an insight about it, about Islam. And Kiri, and I said to you, if something makes sense to you, we should follow it.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned to you, that if Islam makes sense to you, and I believe what I told you makes sense, and there is many, by the way, Quran is full of this. Quran is not science book, but has scientific facts.
Yeah.
Quran is not historical book, but has historical facts. Things it cannot be said by a human being 1400. It's impossible. The question is all this information, and there is more. The Quran is full of that. All this information, how it came to Muhammad 1400 years ago. It has to be sent by the one, and he never claims. Everyone, when you do something, when someone writing something, will claim that it's his own things, correct? It's his own effort, his own work. But Muhammad, peace be upon him, confirmed that this book, it wasn't by his own efforts, it was revealed to him by the creator of the heavens and the earth. So that's something which I wanted you to ponder. All right?
Thank you.
All right, Kerry. All right, thank you.
Have a nice
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Salam alaikum. حياك الله بارك فيك. جزاك الله. آمين. الله بارك فيك. جزاك الله خير. Okay, my brothers and sisters, we ask Allah Azza first of all to guide her, and we ask Allah Azza wa to bring her to Islam. Inshallah, at least that kind of, you could say, a wake-up call, inshallah. Hopefully this is kind of a wake-up call, inshallah, for her and for all the people as well to ponder upon Islam and to understand about Islam. Jazakumullah khair, all my brothers and sisters. May Allah reward you and bless you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.